Well, hello, Libra, and welcome to Mystic Door Tarot. This is Barb with your weekly tarot reading. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you are a regular, welcome back. Now, keep in mind, these are general readings. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And you might want to check out your rising or moon sign for additional insights and information. So let's just dive in and see what the cards are indicating for this week. All right, Libra, hope everyone's doing well. And let's see what crystal is being suggested for Libra. What's coming through? Which crystal? Here we go. Woo! Aquamarine, divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Now, your sister air sign, Libra, Gemini, also got the same crystal. So could be in regards to some communication this week. We'll see what else is coming out. But Gemini got a very strong message. So let's see what's coming out for you. Let's see in regards to direction, movement, direction, especially when you're uncertain about what to do, which path to take. What's coming through for Libra? Oh, look at this. Making a choice. Yeah, definitely choosing a path forward. Is there something that you've been putting off, Libra? You're come to a fork in the road and you really have to make a conscious choice, picking the next step, the next action that you take. And it's something where you are going to be held accountable. You're going to take responsibility for the decision, and not to worry so much about that. You do not have a full, clear vision of like what's up ahead, but until you just kind of like start in on whichever path, whichever choice that you take. You just strictly need to trust your intuition. So you can ask for a sign from Spirit Source to be led to the right path. You could ask, am I going to go to the left? Am I going to go to the right? And see what comes through. It's going to be the right choice this time. But it's making a very conscious choice. So something that you're deciding this week, and it might be something that you've been thinking about for quite some time. Now, let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. Now, I'm also looking at the number 30. That is 3 with the 0 amplifying it. Something's coming together to create something new. 3s are new beginnings. Like so it's making a choice so that your road comes down to 1, a new path forward. All right, what's the message from Archangel Michael for a Libra? Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. Well, that's in regards to communication. You got the aquamarine crystal, your divine life purpose, and, making a choice here. You can ask for assistance, as I said earlier, and they'll help you choose the right path. So a decision for you this week, Libra. You've been on the fence about it. So messages, guidance for Libra, please. What's coming through for Libra? Messages, guidance. We have the 8 of Wands. There's, this is very expedited energy. Something is kind of like putting a fire under you where you need to, I felt that with the making a choice that you cannot put it off any longer. There's something that is coming in very quick here. Again, this is in regards to, this could be good news coming in. You know, the aquamarine crystal is, you know, all about communication. It's known, it's very good for like if you have to give a speech, you have to, maybe that's part of making the choice here, but very expedited energy. And these wands are firmly planted. So this is the right, whatever you choose is going to be the right choice, even though you don't know the end result, so to speak. So I like the 8 energy coming in. It's leading you down the right path, your divine life purpose. You never get off your life purpose, but it sure can take a hit as slowing it down to learn some lessons along the way. So, okay, we had one that wanted to come out. This is time for reassessment. The 7 of Coins, the 7 of Pentacles could be something that you have been working on or working towards. You're making an assessment here because you're being forced to make a choice. Now, the choice could be, am I going to stay with this person, this job, this project, you know, whatever it is you're focused on? Am I going to stay with it? I've invested a lot into this, but am I going to stay with it? Is it going to turn out the way that I originally wanted? So really trusting, you know, your intuition and your gut instincts at this time. 7 is all about introspection and listening to that inner guiding voice, but very expedited energy here. Oh, look, and we had, oh, you're really tired, exhausted. So it's stepping back and taking a break. You do have to make a choice, but it looks like you can either make the choice and then you're taking a break and resting, you're exhausted from it, or this can be kind of really going into meditation and tapping into spirit source, you know, praying to your angels and guides. You know, your concerns here. It could be one of the two. But 4 can be a very stable, calming energy, a very familiar energy in what feels like something is expediting something, you know, just really some news or information where you have to make a choice. And you're very, might be something that you're just really on the fence about. So trust your gut. Oh my gosh, we had another one fly out. We have the Ace of Cups. So the potential for an opportunity coming in. I love that. It's something that, this is high emotions. Going to be very happy about this. Just like your cup runneth over. You can't see the choice you're making. You can't see what the end results are going to be, but you're going to be experiencing this opportunity in a very short amount of time, that it was the best decision you could have made. And you might even be kicking yourself, Libra, that why didn't I do this sooner? I'm really picking up that kind of energy. But there's something coming in with the 8 of Wands that's like expediting you to, you know, come on, this is the week. You need to make a choice. Let's see what else we have. We have the King of Wands. This is a Leo individual. And what does he wear? Okay, that looked like a 7. You see here, I was really seeing a 7 before I would see the wand. So 7 could be some kind of a significant number around your decision. But this is Leo's card in energy, but it is about taking the lead. So I feel that for some Libra individuals, you could be taking the lead in a situation, a group, you know, where you're in charge of a team. It could be a new job where you're in a leadership position. Yeah. But boy, I'm really looking at that number 7. All right, what else do we have? This is all depending on the choice that you make this week. But trust the signs and your inner guidance, which is leading you to this fulfillment. You're going to be very happy. You've got the Ace of Cups here. Look at this, the World. You're finishing up either, it could be a 6-month cycle, it could be, depending on your age, it could be the 7-year cycle, the 10-year cycle. You're finishing up your current journey. And there's something new that you're making a decision about. It's you're destined. You've got the 21 energy here, which reduces down to 3. So that 3 energy just being so amplified where something's coming together to create something new. And we see that here. These walking through these doors, it's coming this way. You have to make a choice. All right. But the World card is the end of the line, end of the journey, and that's why we're seeing this is the week that you have to make the choice. Otherwise, it'll be a missed opportunity. All right, Libra, Starlight message. Love to the moon and back. I will leave it at that, Libra. That is the messages for the week. Thank you so much for joining me and sending you love and abundance to have a great week.